Okay, good morning. So, our asynchronous class, um, LP4 would be about reaction mechanism. Um, so, you could expect I'll be giving you learning outcomes or problems similar to this. Okay, so I've already established that in terms of chemical reactions, I will be asking from you guys at least four types of an organic compounds. Um, Alkenes, reactions and synthesis of alkynes. So this one is, I think this one is an alkyne. I mean, this discussion would be alkynes. I think I already made videos about, and also I was solving already on the board whenever we have face to face. So alkenes, alkynes, organohalides, and then you have arenes, alcohols, and phenols. So those are the five um, organic compounds that will be at least we'll be looking at their chemical reaction. So you could expect that I'll be giving problems like this or probably the name of this. So I might give you only what is the reaction between what do you call this one? Since we already through with um, nomenclature. So if you can name this substance, this one is one, two, three, four, five. So there are five, and it is an alkyne. So that is probably my question is not really like this, but I will just say, what is the reaction? What is the reaction of uh, one that is pentyne? One pentyne. What is the reaction of one pentyne with um, 2 moles 2 moles of chlorine gas. So this is a gas actually. Halogens are usually a gas. So you react an organic compound with a chlorine gas. So I'm not expecting you that you would memorize all those chemical reactions. Therefore, we go to the cheat sheet, and that's the only objective here for you to know how to use the cheat sheet. So we will open the cheat sheet. So this is a reaction. So my problem again would probably look like this one. Not really like this. Because at this moment in time, it should be already one of your skills already is you should know how to draw from the chemical name alone. Okay? Of course, you have your cheat sheet. I'm not requiring you to memorize. So we'll just open our cheat sheet, of course, for you to be guided. So 1 pentyne with a chlorine gas. So preparation of alkynes. So what's the problem all about? What products would you expect? So if you say products, that would be not preparation, but reaction of alkynes. Reaction. So for preparation, that is synthesis, you're making alkynes. But if you say what is the product from the reaction of alkynes, that would be reaction of alkynes. So this page would not be the suitable page for you to look at. Then you have, yes, you have reactions of alkynes. The first one, letter ABC, you have ABC. Of course, you only have to know about that. The first one is a reaction of alkynes with respect to an HX. That is again an acid halide. So meaning that would be an HCl, hydrochloric, or probably an HBr. Okay? So the second one, look at the second one. That is an addition of chlorine and bromine. So it talks specifically about chlorine and bromine for letter B. How about letter C? That is hydration, meaning water must be involved. That's why water is pink. So therefore, you should be looking at this chemical reaction. And it says that for an alkyne, where those two triple bonds reacting with your X2, those triple bonds would be reduced into double bonds. And then those two R's on the both sides of the triple bonds would have those um, distributed. Okay? And then it will react further, meaning the final, if that is 2 moles, that would react further. See, you have x2 here and you have x2 here. So the 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 problem expecting you that it would react on I mean, series of chemical reactions. Because that, again, chemical reaction just happens. It is not like this, because this is somewhat the mechanism. You have a certain product at the middle, and then you will have your final product. So meaning, the problem actually make us think that from here we goes to here, meaning those two moles at exactly 4 would be distributed throughout those two carbons, and the triple bonds would now be a single bond. So if we're going to apply this to our problem, voila. So meaning, for letter A, that would be for the triple bond C, that would be triple bond C, that would be a single bond C, and then those CLs will now attach to all those triple bonds, meaning there would be two of this. Looking back at this, so this is now the triple bond, which is now reduced to a single bond. Look at this. See? So that would be XX, all those X, two of this, because there are four here. Of course, there are 2 moles of chlorine, so meaning that would be chlorine, chlorine, of course, and then another mole, chlorine, chlorine. So there are four here actually because of that two. 2 times 2, there will be 4 chlorine. So what will happen is you have your Cl here, and then you have your Cl, and then you have your Cl, and then you have your Cl probably. Anyway, so if we're going to read this one, okay? So and then what remains is the R and the R. So basically you can see that the R here is just a simple hydrogen. So you just copy it. While the R on this side is of course this CH3, CH2, CH2, which is actually a, what do you call that substituent? That is a propyl. But anyway, you only have to copy that one. So that would be a CH2, CH2, and then you have a CH3. So therefore, you could expect that this is the answer from the given problem. What products would you expect from following reactions? You have this one, um, products. There might be another products, or probably you could also write this one. This one is also product, but on our case, because we will be avoiding the details, because we are not chemists after all, we should only know how to read these manuscripts. So I will not be expecting you to give this. I am only after that you'll be giving this, since you only one product. You only have one final products. So for that, maybe some problems here would give you many products, but on our case, it would give us one product. Okay? So, but again, since my aim is for you to be familiar also with the nomenclature, so maybe I would not be asking you the final answer as this, but again, the nomenclature, meaning the name of that substance. So I'll be giving you the name only of the substance reacting with the chlorine gas. So you should understand how it goes. So that's another learning outcome. And then from the products, you should name them, because that's the final output that I'll be asking you. The nomenclature, not really the. Of course, before you can name, you can draw. So there's a lot of LO already that is embedded with that uh, learning outcome, that is naming this one. So the final name this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 here, and then from our ruling, from the cheat sheet again, you didn't memorize from cheat sheet. You can see from the cycloalkanes. This one is not the cycloalkanes. This is a haloalkanes or halogen. You have the chlorine, the chloro. So that would be named parent is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could expect a pentane from that. So that is the step 1. That would be a pentane. That would be a pentane. Step 2, that would be a numbering would start from here, 1, 2, because your branches are on the right side. So therefore, you would have 1, 2 for step 2. Step 3, that would be dichloro on both sides. That is 1, 2, and 1, 1 and 2. 1, 1 and 2, 2. Okay? So that is 1, 1, 2, 2 tetra because there are 4 chloro. So finally, you could name it as 1, 1, comma 1, 2, comma 2, and then the word tetra. Tetra, tetrachloro. 1, 1, 2, 2 tetrachloropentane. So that's the final answer of that. So I'll be asking you this one, and you should give me this one as the final answer. So okay, so you could expect that. I might give you drawings, but I don't expect you to really give me a final answer about drawings because it would be too cumbersome to check. So at least this one, I know you can name this with all the embedded LOs already. So I'll give you this one, and you should answer me this one. What is the product that you would expect from one pentine reacting with 2 moles of chlorine? Or probably I could give you also this one. Okay? So that's number 1. How about letter B? For letter B, I'll paraphrase again for letter B. The problem for that would be, of course, the name of this one. What is the product of a, this is 1, 2, this is an, that is an ethine. Okay, but your um ah so your other substituent is actually a cyclohexane, but this is a cyclo, and your this is an alkane, this one is an alkyne, so meaning this would be your parent, an ethine. So this would be a substituent. So if I paraphrase that one, with all those 4 steps of nomenclature, that would be a cyclopentyl because that is a cyclopentane. And then it would be minus with 1 hydrogen, so that would be a cyclopentyl. What carbon? That is carbon number 2. If this is your carbon number, yes, you could name it as carbon number 1 because triple bond is important as well as the branch. So this would be carbon number 1 and this would be carbon number 2. So that would be a 1, that would be a 1 cyclopentyl. Okay? So cyclopentyl, um, 1 cyclopentyl ethine. Of course, this is your parent chain ethine. 1 cyclopentyl ethine reacting with your hydrobromic acid, or I'll just spell out HBr, or bromic acid. Actually, this is a bromic acid, an acid halide. So if you're not familiar with it, maybe I'll just write HBr reacting. What is the product? So my problem would be, what products would you expect from reaction of 1 cyclopentyl ethine with an HBr or a bromic acid. So I will be spelling it as a uh, HBr, not bromic acid. Maybe it will give you again headache if I'll say is hydrobromic acid. Okay? So what is the product from 1 cyclopentyl ethine with an HBr? So your answer would be, of course, you have to draw first. But if you can already draw in your mind, that's better again. Because what I'm after is you can name the products. So answering that one, of course, you can draw, but you have to look at the cheat sheet. Even I look at the cheat sheet again because you're not required to memorize. You only have to look at the cheat sheet. Okay? So cheat sheet is, that would be reaction number 1. Reaction with HCl and HBr. Unfortunately, that is an HBr. So you should be looking at this one. Meaning your reaction of ethine, those triple bonds would, the other carbon would have hydrogen, hydrogen, the other carbon would have XX. Now, there's a detail actually explaining what carbon would have the HH and XX. A simple rule will be Marconico's rule. Maybe we can start with Marconico's rule. As I've said, I'll be including that one for your Marconico's rule. But there are a lot of rules. I'm not saying that I'm correct, but we will just avoid the details because again, you're not chemist again. So applying simple rule, meaning your hydrogen would attach to the substance wherein you would have a less alkyl. So your R is an alkyl. So as you can see here, your one side is only containing hydrogen. Okay, so that is where your hydrogen will attach. That part wherein you have a less hydrogen. So you can expect the product would be this guy over here um would have that okay. So there are 2 moles. So if there is only 1 mole, so you go back here, you only have 1 mole of an HBr. So if you have only 1 mole, so you could expect that your reaction will only stop here. Okay, meaning one would have that H and your product would have a double bond. Okay? So meaning if I answer that one, your answer would have let's start with the triple bond that will now have a double bond, and then since it's already has that hydrogen, uh, that is the hydrogen I just draw this one. So that's the hydrogen, and now this hydrogen would attach to this carbon here. Okay? So that's what the cheat sheet says. It would attach your hydrogen here, and your X would attach on this side. And what is your X? This X is actually your bromine. Okay? That is your bromine, and this will attach R. So what is your R? That is actually your cyclopentyl. So this is your cyclopentyl. So if ever I'll be answering that one, that should be a C single bond Br, and then you would have a cyclopentyl. Okay, that should be drawn as like that, like that. Okay, that's cyclopentyl, and then you would have a double bond with carbon, and then you would have a hydrogen and a hydrogen. So that is the final answer. Reading from your cheat sheet again, from your cheat sheet. So this one, you would stop there, and then again the final answer would be from this. So I'll be only asking, this would already go to evaluation side, meaning if I'll give you some of this, that should only for a 50 points item, that should only be contained in the 50 point, that should be 5, that's 10% from College of Fisheries and Marine Sciences. Okay, I should give you at least 5 of this for evaluation purposes, meaning many LOs already embedded before you can answer this one. So the name of this one would be a ethene. So a bromoethene. So that would be step 1 to 4. This would be carbon number 1 because there are branches here. So this is carbon number 1. This bromine would be bromo, and this one is cyclopentyl. So bromo would be first. So finally the name would be 1 bromo, 1 bromo, and then you would have dash 1 dash, so cyclopentyl ethene. So it would now be an alkene, a double bond. Okay, so that would be the final answer. So the question, what is the product of a reaction of 1 cyclopentyl ethine with 1 mole with an HBr, or 1 mole of an HBr? Maybe I'll just put with 1 mole of an HBr. So that is understood that there would be 1 HBr that's reacting. Your answer should be this on those 5 questions, probably. On 5 questions, of course, for evaluation purposes. Your answer would be 1 bromo, 1 cyclopentyl ethene. Okay? So I think this is already long. I should cut the video for this purpose. Thank you.